Hey, human. It's been a minute. Whoa, you surprised? Relax, I'm not gonna harm you. If I wanted to do that, I would have done it a long time ago. Surprised you don't trust me yet. Hmm? Yeah, I know I feed on your stress, and you don't particularly like that. But if I wasn't around, you'd be in danger. Quite a lot. Your soul is like, a shining beacon. To all of my kind, really. I'll relax. If I really wished you harm, I would have sucked you up like a berry. You'd basically look like an old raisin, alright? Luckily for you, I've grown quite attached to you. And Hamper here is actually more interested in relaxing today. I'm actually not that hungry. Well, I find your presence soothing. I mean, look, I even lost an eye for your sake. So, I'd say I'm somewhat trustworthy. I gave up an eye for you. Yeah, I can't see out of it. I only have one eye. I have a blind sight now. Why am I not wearing any clothes? Is that really something you're concerned about? Fine. I'll... Here. Let me... there we go. What do you think? You're not impressed with my outfit. What? It's PJs. I figured you'd like PJs. I'm stealing your teddy bear. That's how I'll take my vengeance out on you. I'll steal your stuffed animals. Yup. Those stuffed animals you claim to love so much, they're mine now. I'm joking, but I am keeping Squishy. Squishy's mine. Forever and always. Oh. No, I haven't really been up to too much. To tell you the truth, last time I was here, your stress kind of filled me up for a while. Obviously, because, pretty obviously, because I was injured and you cared about me, and you were stressed that I was injured. Anyway, moving away from that subject, how's my favorite human been? You what? Are you seriously interacting with demons? Do you know how stupid that is? Look, you got lucky with me. I'm nice. I'm good. Alright? I leave you alone for the most part. Despite being kind of bonded with you somewhat. Well, not permanently bonded to you, but since you summoned me once on accident, well, I can just sort of come back whenever I want because we have a soul bond. I don't have to be here, I choose to be here. No. I'm not trying to do anything weird with you, can I be honest? You see, I've been inside of you, not in that way, but I bet I've been inside of you, mentally. But I want to feel your warmth physically. Well, I was thinking that I could wrap my arms around you and actually feel you. I understand if you're not entirely comfortable with that, but it's something I've wanted to do for a very long time. You see, I struggle with keeping my form corporeal, for you to see and touch. But if I understood how you felt, and was able to feel your skin and comfort, maybe I'd get closer to understanding how to hold a form better. Are you okay with that? It's perfectly okay if you're not. I won't be offended. Thank you. Before I cuddle you, I have to ask, who were you trying to summon earlier? Well, you said earlier you were trying to interact with other demons. Not that I'm really a demon, I'm barely classified as one, but you contacted him? Oh, you contacted him. Oh no. Okay, that who you contacted and made a slight connection with, he didn't come, luckily, but he now has a link to you. What's his name? Oh, you've done it now. That is the Shadow Prince. He's kind of the one that made all of us. Well, think of it like this. I'm kind of a worker in this giant kingdom of his. And my job is to collect stress and deliver it to him. Stress, fear, anxiety, you get the whole picture. And in return, he eats it and gives me energy. Basically sustains all of us. Well, there's not just him, there's many other colonies. Just the one I'm a part of is... It's basically an ant colony, only he can make more of us. No, we can't have... I don't even have the parts for that. Look, it's smooth. There's nothing there. And that's not really an interest of mine anyway. I'm, what do you call it? Humans call it ace or whatever. And I have zero interest in sexual stuff. I like comfort, but I don't really care about any of the weird human grossness. How are we made? Well, with all the fear and anxieties he collects, he rips off a part of himself and forms it into another being. How are Shadow Kings made then? Well, what happens is the previous Shadow King usually will get toppled or killed or just die of natural causes. And depending on how they're killed will vary on the next king that gets made. For an example, if another shadow being kills him, then they will take the king's place, basically becoming the new ruler. Their body will automatically make the changes necessary to become the king, against their own will, mind you. If it's another creature that does it that's not related to Shadow, then what's required is a large collection of shadow beings to form into one. Example, me and several of my kin would come together, put our hands together, and would all be fused into one being, having the collective memories and powers of all of us. And with all of us fused into one, it creates a highly powerful Shadow King, and more children can be born. Are there different tiers to this? Not really. There's Shadow Kings and then there's workers, and that's kind of it. Well, we have one job: collect food. Which in this case is anxiety, fear, what I said earlier. Stress. We're looked down upon in most circles. Whether you be heaven, hell, it doesn't matter. No matter where you look, we're pretty much universally hated. Well, we don't really showcase our strength that much. We're incredibly powerful, mind you. If I really wanted to, I could kill you before you can even blink. Sorry, that doesn't alleviate any of your worries about me, but we're incredibly powerful beings. The Shadow King even more so. And demons don't like us because we don't really have any rules. A lot of demonic areas have rules about how they're allowed to interact with mortals. Shadow beings don't really have a conduct of laws. I mean, there's the basic stuff like, hey, try not to kill people, or hey, maybe leave your prey alive, stuff like that. But besides that, you're just kind of left to form your own morals and rules. My personal morals is I won't take from children. Most elderly people I'll leave alone. Babies are obviously off limits. And if I can, I tend to try and give away some hope when I can. It can be in small things, like someone dropping their phone down a sewer drain. Maybe their phone suddenly shows up on their nightstand. It's stuff like that. My hope is to make this world better than when I leave it. Well, yeah, I'm going to eventually die. No one lives forever. Granted, I'll live much longer than you will. You'll die in probably like 60, 80 years. I'll still be kicking and running around thousands from now. Unless you become a demon, which is likely. If you want it to be, anyway. Well, demons tend to live, like I said, thousands of years. Angels live indefinitely, but to be an angel, you have to be one of the most perfect beings in the world, and, well, I'm sorry, my friend, but you are not perfect. There's nothing wrong with that either. I like you the way you are. Like I said, we barely classify as demons. The difference is, demons are... we generate our own energy. Kind of like... let me explain this. You know how plants go out and photosynthesize? Okay. Yes, demons photosynthesize off of humans' desires, wants, and it can be off literally anything. Hope, fear, happiness, sadness, angry, anguish, rage. It could be anything. Angels don't need that. They kind of exist and don't really need to get any more power because they're perfectly self-sustaining. Does that make sense? Yeah. No, I never was an angel. I was just made a shadow being. Shadow beings aren't really human to begin with. Most demons were human at one point. But shadow beings are just, they've always has been, always will be shadow beings. I'm sure my shadow is probably part of some ancient elder god or something or rather, but you would have to go back millions, if not billions of years to go find it, and honestly, I don't feel like spending a lot of time doing that. It just seems kind of pointless. Sorry, I was supposed to cuddle and hang out with you, and here I am explaining the underworld to you. And the void. No, I'd never want to take you there, unless I absolutely had to. The void is where I live. But the problem with the void is it doesn't have sound, it doesn't have light, and, well, it's cold. There's nothing to touch. You just exist as a consciousness there. And since I'm a shadow being, it's even more unsettling for me. There's nothing for my form to be shown off in any way. Meaning I essentially almost don't exist. It's not a great place to be honest. Oh, sorry, I got a little deep there. Can I get in the bed now? Thanks. Yeah, I'm hugging you. What about it? It's weird. Too bad. You're getting these cuddles and you're gonna like them. What? No, that's, I don't know how to respond to that. I'm not gonna take your soul or whatever. Maybe I could possess your body if I really wanted to, but I don't really want to, so there you go. Why? Why do you want me to possess it? I mean, I've been inside your body, you know, but not like I did much in there. I just recuperated myself when I was injured. It's not like I was in there doing anything malicious. Yeah, I could enter whenever I want. Look, I know what you're trying to ask, and the answer is no. Going inside of a person and possessing them can be very addictive. And it's in my morals is something I really don't like doing. When I went inside of you before, it was just to restore myself, not to possess you. I never took away the controls away from you. I will never do that. Even if you ask me to, I won't do it. It's just, I view it as just wrong. It's just wrong to do it. And I refuse to do that to someone. I'm sorry if this gets your hopes up, but I can't do that. You're okay with that? Good. Why do I have that moral? A close friend of mine, well, he was my friend. He was pretty kind, pretty sweet guy. Then he possessed this human girl. At first it was innocent, but slowly he started to do more and more heinous acts with her body until he killed someone. And that girl was put in prison for the rest of her days. She testified she didn't do it, and of course she didn't, but no one would believe her. Everyone thought she was crazy. But the truth was, he did it. I haven't spoken to him since. Why did he do it? Because possessing someone's like a drug. You get that high and you want to experience life. And the more and more you do it, the more you have to do to get the same high. It could start off simply as touching something, and then touching something turns to holding something. Holding something turns to talking to people. Talking to people turns to touching people. Touching people leads to sex. Sex leads to violence. Violence leads to confrontation. Confrontation leads to death, or worse, punishment of the person who did nothing wrong. That is why it's reprehensible, and most of my kind refrain from doing it. It's dangerous and addictive. Yeah. You know, it's weird. My kind doesn't really have a lot of rules and morals, but regarding around humans, we're very protective of you guys. Wonder why that is. I couldn't tell you. You know, as fun as it is talking about the lore of my kind and going into detail, I'm actually quite tired. Can we go to bed now? Good, good. And hey, no more summoning people, okay? I mean it. It's dangerous. Alright, good. Good human. See you in the morning. I want eggs and bacon and stuff tomorrow. Good night, human.